Here.
Anthony Campbell.
Present.
Barb Thomas. Stacy Yoakum. Present. Trevor Warnell. Mary Wiles. Here. 5 quorum.
Please stand for a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Anybody want to do a vacation?
I'll need a motion to adopt the agenda. We can amend it a little bit. We have somebody that wants to give us police appreciation and then a letter from Barb Thomas.
Make a motion to adopt the agenda with changes.
I'll second it. Leslie Wilhelm.
Yes.
Anthony Campbell.
Yes.
Barbara Thomas. Stacy Yoakum. Trevor Warnell.
Yes.
Mary Wiles. Yes. Passed 5-0.
Next would be ratified bills of January 2022. You guys should have had those included in your package. If you have any questions, concerns?
I think it's a truck, but that's why I was. Yeah, it was the same, well.
Was it the SUV?
It's truck
It's a
number
steel
300,
wheel for
police
number
transfer
35.
case.
Do we have to buy a wheel?
305.
It's your time to shine, sir.
What's that?
Do we have to buy a wheel for the police vehicle?
We did. There's one that was bid on.
305.
Oh, I think that stems back to that accident.
That's why I was asking the question.
Yeah, it was
It
back.
never was right, it never was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did notice there was CPR classes. Was that for people?
Yes.
Where'd you do that?
We're now a training facility for CPR personnel.
You're training that, yes.
Yes, DCIS, Department of Corrections.
Do some stop and bleed classes. You should do some stop and bleed classes.
Do what?
Do some stop and bleed classes. You should get certified to do those. I think they're usually free.
Just gotta find time and place it all.
Transmission or transfer? Originally those are transfer kits and the transmissions. I think they're doing that. Questions, concerns, we good? If not, I'll need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to ratify the January 2023 bills. I'll second.
Leslie Wilhelm.
Yes.
Anthony Campbell.
Yes.
Barbara Thomas. Stacy Yoakum.
Yes.
Trevor Warnell.
Yes.
Mary Wiles.
Yes.
Passed 5-0.
Approved, minutes were January 9th and 19th. You guys got anything that needs to be changed in there?
any changes?
Motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the January 9th and January 19th minutes.
I'll second that.
Wesley Wilhelm.
Yes.
Anthony Campbell.
Abstaining for January 9th, was not here, and yes to January 9th.
Barbara Thomas. Stacy Alden.
Yes.
Trevor Warren.
Yes for the 9th, abstain from the 19th.
Mary Wiles.
Yes.
Pass 4-0. One abstention. We for each meeting.
Next up would be the recreational trail program grant. This is a grant that we're going to use to revitalize the city park. You want to give us an update on that, where we stand? Basically, what it would entail is we would change the parking lot to a concrete parking lot. In the midst of that, I think we want to, which may be on our time, extend the basketball court to make it a full-size basketball court, tear down that old building that's in dire need of that. We move all the supplies to a shipping container or something next to City Hall, and we resurface the existing track and kind of redo the under material of all the equipment. So that is anything.
Okay, so you guys have a bid up there and then the resolution. is what we'll need to-
So the stuff is, what's in there?
It's like the lights.
Yeah, that
So you talking about putting it in the comics box?
Yeah, because,
No, all the, like our Christmas supplies.
Yeah, right.
That last, but we just take, we buy a Connex box and throw all the stuff that's in that building now into a box. That building's bigger better than that building.
No, I never been there.
it's an old,
Put the Connex box to the super or something.
I think the maintenance shed would be more, because the lines.
Have you priced comics boxes?
26?
20-foot one, 20-foot one. I used one's 28 and one shirt one is 34.
That's for all that. And I think a 20-footer would fit every,
I mean, that's a little bitty building.
yeah, it'd fit everything we have in there. And then some, so.
Have you been in there when they have all those lights in there?
Yeah, I've never been in there.
You just open the door, they're there.
Yeah, I think we just stack them in there next to me. I think it'd be more than sufficient. They're tight, watertight, better than it is now.
Yeah.
It's water, it's an eyesore.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I don't have a copy of the resolutions. Keep my package together.
The lines are on.
Wasn't much at all. I think, I think they include that in that. Yes. It's the 186, so a portion of that grant, but the size of the total is just. Yes, so we have to, part of the grant is that you either have to pay a portion or do a portion of it. So we do a portion of the work, which is not standard for 231. So they were asking, just so you guys know what we're talking about. We estimate, when we had the engineers look at it, the project cost will be $231,000. Part of that grant is we either have to put a portion of proceeds towards it or do like a labor portion of it or the parts that we can do. So it actually put the cost down to $186,160, guys. have high hopes for it. I do believe we're gonna get this approved, so everybody cross their fingers. Resolution, was it on?
So, yes.
I'll need a motion for the first reading.
I'll make a motion for the first reading of,
Reading or approval?
We'll just approve the resolution.
okay.
We don't do any resolutions yet, so.
I will make a motion to approve the recreational trail park program project resolution.
I'll second it.
If anybody wants a copy of it, we have one. If not, so we can have a copy of it.
Wesley Wilhelm,
Yes.
Anthony Campbell,
Yes.
Barb Thomas, Stacy Oakham,
Yes.
Trevor Arnold,
Yes.
Mary Wild,
Yes.
passed 5-0.
Next up would be new business license.
We probably need to talk about the financial assurance.
How do we have to talk about that?
We do have it in the budget.
Yes, I don't think we're good on that.
Okay.
So it's just confirming, it's confirming that we have the funds available, so. You guys, I
For the trail program.
I have my update in my packet. All right, business license. We have Jack's Dirt Construction LLC out of Alderwoman, Missouri. Celery Construction LLC out of Jonesburg. Homroy Services out of Buffalo. The New Mexican Restaurant, Avion. He's out of St. James. Kiwa, which is out of Georgia. The Yeti Shack, which is Dixon, Missouri. Oh, still a truck. What? Everybody's still a truck. So, does anybody have any questions, concerns?
Can I see the? You look at it.
See.
I make a motion to approve the business license.
I'll second it.
Wesley Wilhelm,
Yes.
Anthony Campbell,
Yes.
Barb Thomas, Stacy Oakham,
Yes.
Trevor Arnold,
Yes.
Mary Wild,
Yes.
passed 5-0.
Next up would be the bank. So we ran into an issue, a little bit of an issue, I should say, since Bank of Missouri is no longer here. It's a pain in our butt, for lack of better words, trying to deposit checks. So the bad thing about this, it only took us probably a year to get everything switched over to where it's directly deposited in the right account. So we will still use Bank of Missouri, but we'll probably make another account in Harris County if you guys approve of it, just to move money around. And we already have the bank down there where we keep all the money for the bond. What did you want to name that account?
Probably be the receipts account or something like that, or, you know, utility receipts account, something like that. Or we could possibly have it swept automatically once a week back to Bank of Missouri.
Well, and I'm not opposed to that, so the problem being is, it was such a pain to get the state of Missouri to switch all the direct deposit for taxes over to there. Like, we worked on that for at least a year, I know. That's my concern. And I'm with you, just so we're clear, my initial thought was if they left our town, why don't we go back to doing business in Marys County? But the side of that where you have to deal with the state of Missouri, it's a huge pain. I mean,
We've got grant money going in there now already, and I know, I agree with you, we have to.
we would have to basically, and I'm not opposed to us if we decide to do that, we basically have to draw a line in the sand and say, we're gonna start trying to switch the bank accounts over. Because it took, literally, we had to call some of these places back 3 or 4 times, and paperwork 3 or 4 times, just to get them to switch over stuff. Like, it was a nightmare for a while, so. That's my reserve on that, or I would do the same way. My initial response was that, and then once we spoke about it, there were questions of it, we don't want that out there, so.
Yeah, okay, I'll leave that one for now, but moving forward, I think we need to try to switch everything to Harris County there.
I think they also are, the business banking options were far better at Bank of Missouri. I think Marys County is maybe catching up, but the functionality
I agree.
was very different.
I forgot about that portion, but you are correct. When we started initially looking into it, the options, especially the electronic side of it, where we can get in your accounts easily, it's much
The
easier to
online
make it, so I will say that. And truthfully, at first, it's all right, but every once in a while, like when we have a bunch of checks at once, I mean, she's out there for 30, 45 minutes, I mean.
And some of them don't scan at all.
Exactly. So, do you guys have any issues with that? Can I get a motion to approve them? What do you want to name that?
Utility deposit account. And somebody else think of a name, I don't know.
Is that the only thing that's going to go in there?
Yes, cash and checks.
Just deposits.
Well, no, it could be business license or.
Yeah, any deposit.
How about we just make it a deposit account?
What do you say? Okay.
You can name it whatever you want it to be, remember, they're just gonna give us a number, so you can make it once you're on your side of it.
Yeah, right. Just call it that for now.
Okay, I'll make a motion to open an account at Marys County Bank for deposits only. You can have the same signatures as we really need to specify who's signing on it.
Should be the same signature.
The same signatures as Bank.
So let's use one switch it up, it should be the back, but. Who's on there now? Me?
Who's on here?
I have to look, but you are Mike, me, Barbara, Anthony,
Well, maybe not.
And I have to remove one.
and, well, I think that's one.
So with those 3 names. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4 names.
4 is 5.
I think four sufficient, truthfully.
So there's Mike, Anthony,
That was the motion, sorry.
Can I get a second?
Oh, sorry, I'll second.
We're quiet tonight.
Yes.
Anthony Campbell.
Yes.
Barbara Thomas, Stacy Oden,
Yes.
Trevor Warren,
Yes.
Mary Wiles.
Yes.
Pass 5-0.
Thank you guys. HyperReach. So basically what HyperReach is, it's going to allow the county and all the cities within the county to have like emergency text, email program. So what it'll do, like say there's a tornado in town, you sign up for the HyperReach program, you'll get notification of it. What's nice about it, and what was really beneficial to us as a city level, is if we have issues within the city, a water issue, any type of storm issue, we can notify everybody in mass notification. So this gives us another avenue, some people that aren't on Facebook, that we can notify them, so.
Can we put something on the bill? On our-
We're going to, not yet our direct sign up yet, have we? Our link.
They haven't set the parameters up for our city, but they did send a QR code for us to go ahead and start signing up. But they haven't, Thursday, we're supposed to get something from, that we can sign.
So we can do it our next building cycle, but we can have that on there too. So basically, no matter what, you're going to go into Pulaski County, and then anybody, they'll divvy it up. So if you're from Crocker, great. If you're from, St. Robert, Waynesville, wherever you may be, we'll be able to break it down to individual cities. So
You have to put in like your specific address.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then they'll square, narrow it down.
And I believe Lacey's going to help people that need help at the library too to sign up for that. So that should be another option we have in the city, so
Should we do something?
we can. Maybe put that in paper too, just notifying people.
Okay.
You want to go over the welcome brochure? You can do welcome brochure and I'll go all at the same time.
Okay. So when I was at the Merwa conference last fall, I reached out to a few of the cities that had welcome letters or brochures to give to our people that are moving in, or really just anybody that needed information. So I worked with Avery and getting all of our information kind of in here for collecting the sewer, water, trash, and how all that goes. And I put together a packet, you all should have one. And then we did not get any submissions for our logo design, except for just one person that said that we could pay them to do the logo. So that's kind of still out there. So if we are able to do something with whatever logo, it would be nice to have it on the welcome brochure. But that was my thought process, to try to share information with people.
And the logo will, what's on the letterhead, put on the letterhead too, and our agendas.
I think so. A lot of the cities have something for their town, so that's kind of what my mindset was for that.
So if you like your residents, basically just invite the websites, everything, just sign up on it. Do you guys have one particular you want?
The
I
logo.
think I personally think it should be red.
Like,
Yeah. I think
It should
we're-
be the bottom left circle.
With the like rough kind of edge looking thing. It's kind of-
This one only in red.
Yeah, well, and with the bulldog on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So like, yeah, similar to the one with the black circle.
There's the one with the bulldog. It's up there.
Right. but
Right, but with like
The
this
bottom,
kind
the
of.
bottom
With
left.
that background.
That's the only we could
Not
put
very
bean
good.
cattle instead of dairy cattle. Like Angus instead of Holsteins. There's no dairy farms.
I don't know.
Mislead you.
Do you know what they're having? Blackout?
Yes. I have a hard time with that.
Wesley.
The counties always have a whole thing though.
Yeah.
I know, but there's no dairy farms.
We have local farmers that have no cows.
Yeah, but I mean, that indicates we're like a dairy farm community, but we're not. Like,
I'm pretty sure everybody knows the difference between all the cows too.
I know. Well, I bet they do in this
I
neighborhood.
was, no, they don't.
I want one of those adventure cows from that county when they did the cow adventures. Put one in
Can we do the cow adventures? That was fun.
They were cute.
So do you guys? We don't want the
So trivial.
We need a bulldog for sure.
Black cows. Angus.
We need Angus cows on it
That's
instead.
Got the blackout.
And then the one on the top right, we like that one with Angus cattle, with the one on the bottom left, the circle, see it's kind of brush looking, instead of that big bold black circle.
But red.
But red, yeah.
So you want the bottom left red with the bulldog? and
What sun do you
blackout.
want?
Yes.
What sun? Which one?
The one on the bottom left or the one on the top right?
Yeah, there's two different sons. You didn't even
I like that.
I was like,
I couldn't get past the cat.
What's the deal with that?
I like the dairy cows.
He doesn't like the dairy cows, he wants Angus cows on it.
I'm pretty handy with Microsoft, man, I can get in there and color.
I like brighter
Red
ones.
circle.
I think the one on the top of the brighter is that one. So, yeah,
I like it.
No.
I like either one of them.
I think in print, that one's gonna look best too, because.
Yes.
Especially if it's going up in newspaper.
Not faded
I
yet.
think that is good observation.
I kinda like that circle better for the same reason.
That's what they're watching, one of the orange on.
Sorry.
Maybe with the, what is it?
Pat, what color cow should we have?
Doesn't matter to me.
Not.
It's your
Let
decision,
me
Pat.
tell you about it. When you pull a hat off of an altar, I find out everything, whole stinking days.
I mean, those old bony Holsteins, somebody wants to eat them things.
Oh, really? Michael, that one you bought.
Hamburger, you make hamburger out of it.
Very good. Gotta feed it right.
The thing is, if it turns into just like a black
I love it.
block
Yeah.
down the bottom, that won't look good. Solid black.
Let's just move the one from the top right down to the top left of that perimeter. The funky junky.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Is that all right with you guys?
So take this one and put it with this background, that'll work.
Yeah.
With red. Does that make sense? Upper right,
This is what people are complaining about.
red circle like you just said.
Stuff like this right here. Color counts, they
Not.
need other important government decisions.
Hold on, Trevor, where's your paper? I'll color it in.
So left edge top right, left edge black house.
Are we all fine with that? Lacey, it's your time to shine. Library update.
So we hired a new assistant librarian, her name is Lizzie, she's awesome. She has a library volunteer background, so she already knows how libraries operate, which is nice. I have an event coming up on April 22nd, that's gonna be really cool. It's a Civil War display specifically focusing on Custer. And his life. The gentleman that's bringing the showcase here is a Dixon native. His name's Dale Wagner. I don't know if anyone knows him, maybe possibly. But anyway, we're also going to have some Civil War reenactment, or a Civil War reenactment group come that day as well, and set up. They're not doing a reenactment, but they're going to set up and dress the part and all that that day.
Like outside or inside?
Outside. The showcase is indoors though. And then I'm in the process of applying for 2 grants for the library. It's really hard to find ones that we qualify for, some sort of city-owned library rather than a board-ran library. So, but I did find some. I'm hoping to implement a remote library service with that, which I've talked to a few of you about that already, but if I'm approved for the grants, I'd like to do that, plus expand our nonfiction and large print selections, because they are the 2 areas of the library that need the most improvement. The program, my vision for the program is it would allow me to go and visit elderly and homebound people in the community, let me deliver and retrieve books that they borrow, and then also it would put a laptop and a hotspot in our hand to where we could go to their homes and not only do the books, but also offer services that are electronic that they may not have access to. A lot of programs, especially governmental programs, are all electronic now. So a lot of people don't have that at their house. They don't have internet, they don't have a computer, they don't know how to use it, even if they do, things like that. So it would allow me to assist them in their homes since a lot of them can't get out. So I'm hoping that I get approved for those, because that's a really expensive thing, because I'd have to cover the extra payroll expense for having someone there in my absence, and then of course the laptop and the hotspot and all that. So I've gotten one of them completely applied for, and the other one I just need a couple more things and then that was in, and then I should hear something in the next couple of months probably. And then on the subject of grants, I found an organization called the Association for Rural and Small Libraries. They offer a lot of benefits, including access to more grant money, which is my main thing with this. Quarterly newsletters, discounts and deals on supplies and such for the library, discounts on their conference, things like that. The cost for an individual to join is only $30. But if the library wants to join as an organization, the cost is $70. The difference of if the library joins versus just me is that the membership is transferable. So if anything happened to me, or if I left the library, which of course I don't plan on doing, it would be transferable to another representative. And then also you have a lot more professional development opportunities as an organization membership versus an individual.
That's per year.
Per year, yeah. So 70 would cover the library as an organization. And
That would be everybody associated with the library.
right, so like Lizzie and I would both be able to like do all the professional development and all of that that's available. Otherwise, it's just me as an individual and like I said, it's not transferable to anybody else.
Do you have money for it? Do you have money for that in your budget?
I mean, sure. Yes, for right. But, yeah, that's all I have. Everything's going really well over there.
Thank you, we appreciate you. Please update.
Let me start off. This is our new officer. He started January 2nd. His name's Aaron Ratcliffe. He's a day shift, full-time officer. If you have any questions, you can ask him. Our calls for the month of January was 382 calls. There was 19 paper searches, 95 phone calls, which most of those were done during the weather. We had 88 traffic stops, we had 48 walk-ins during that time. I know a lot of people are going to ask, our on-time response total was 9, and she got down as one overdose of one. So I don't know exactly what the on-time responses all were. I was there for a couple of them. We are actively trying to curb some of the traffic and stuff like that, nighttime events that's been happening. I got one officer on, can't be everywhere at once, but we are actively trying. My car update, is everything I told you last week, is supposed to be done today, but for some reason it's not here. Radio's supposed to be here today. I talked to her early last week, and I asked her nicely if I could at least give them by tonight, so you guys can see progress on that. Unfortunately, they're not here either. I can only give you the information that I got. Other than that, I have nothing else. You guys went over the tire wheel that was bent back in an accident that they had on the pursuit, so we just now found out when we replaced it.
Do they anticipate your vehicle being done tomorrow, or is there another issue?
Expect to be done tomorrow.
Okay.
They were having issues getting a hose for it, they had the order. Now they have issues getting into the spot where it needs to be.
I would say maybe advise you moving forward, since we keep having issues with them, maybe we should use another shop.
I'm thinking about using Sam's around St. Robert's. They use St. Robert's cars and push all patrol cars in front of everybody else. Get them in and get them out. My car's been down there once before and it was down. They had 2 hours and called me, said, come get there, done.
I don't know if we necessarily have a preference on who you use, just make sure they're effective and take care of us. So,
Yes, sir.
thank you. Mr. Reagan?
Two things. One, we had a water main this morning leak, as you know. I think this might affect our I&I problem with the treatment plant a lot. We done a manhole check a week or two ago, a lot of water coming out down the sewer in Elm Street, a lot of water through the day, more than what I thought should have been coming from houses. That water main this morning that was broke was barely coming out of the top of the ground. And when we got it uncovered, it soaked everything for 100 feet around it, sprayed straight up in the air. And that water was going somewhere, and it's right beside the sewer line. So I've got a feeling it was feeding into the sewer. So that could have been a big plus today, just by accident. The other thing, skid steer. I found a really nice skid steer that I wasn't really planning on buying a skid steer this year, but our skid steer has no heater air. It's a rat nest where somebody's storing wiring out. I found a really nice one. Just got 1,000 miles on it. That's it for the it's 1,000, 8,000, 7,400.
Hours on the current, on the
Oh,
one
my, I don't even know.
I don't think it's got a terrible amount of hours on it.
And this has-
You must have seen it. It was just very huge for a long period of time. When we first took over, I actually had a huge public camera and they were pulling out buckets of salt that would less than 10. So
They want 25,000 for this one. You know, the air, we live out there, when they're pushing snow, it's 15, 20 degrees.
I would say
Right.
it's going to be currently.
We're not sure.
Is it Bale spike?
No, well, he's keeping that. That's food, most take it, whether they're doing
I mean, bucket, that's a bucket, I mean, you need, but is there extra buckets? Is that an extra?
He's wanting to let the tooth bucket go with him, but I told him I'd rather have the smoke bucket. Because he's just,
Yeah.
so if he insists, I just let the tooth bucket go off there, right there, so.
What do we have? The buckets. So our buckets would work. And what kind of shit?
I'd rather buy a bucket for ours than have it.
I'd be scared to see how much.
Who is that guy?
Chris knows. They're really good.
From,
Like
this one, Rollins?
Mom, you have that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I know Chris is. He's a tree.
Well, I mean, you probably watch that.
Yeah.
I was president. But, tired.
How many horses is that machine? How many horses is that, Mike? 185.
60, 70, I would say. I gotta be honest, I probably have, I don't remember, I've never actually used that small machine before, but same thing with the machine here now, it's small. Those price machines go over. What year is that?
09?
Like even my, my big 12,000 pound machine or whatever it is only 9 or 10 hours in there.
So it's plenty for what we need.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
We need to wear that.
What would be categorized, they were like 35 horses.
Yeah, they get
56 horse.
56 over feet up for the. What you're saying. Really? Ever since then,
75 horse.
yeah.
Maybe this is the newer one. What year was it?
Richie Stokes. 61 horse, I put that closer.
Pretty close.
60.
Was that 2 speed?
have a,
No, I'm saying, I didn't say had, I'm saying had a picture of the joystick on there. I don't know if it showed.
well, the joysticks will show up, and it won't be that track, so I got you careful about that.
That would be,
This used to be done.
The what?
I think that would be absolutely nice.
Here,
You don't have to go too much on there.
It is, it's got a 2-speed sticker.
Yeah, you know, like I said, we're kind of buying one right now, we are gonna need one, and I don't think we'll find one like that for the money.
I will say on that behalf, it's probably, I know of this machine, and it is probably the cleanest machine around, it really is.
I mean, it's,
But at the same token, it's your guys' decision. If you guys want, we can reach out to Bobcat, see how much they'll give us for ours. Kind of go from there, whatever you guys want to do, because I'd say no matter what, the next year period of time, we're gonna have to figure out. Well, one thing, both machines, truth be told, I mean, it's gotta happen, I mean.
We talked about it previously, lease agreement, we think we should look into that, because, I mean, the monthly payments would be, we would spend $25,000 a year on it, maybe, that's probably high for a skid steer, that's what maybe a good size of it. It has been so long, I don't remember, but either way, we have a brand new machine that we never have to, instead of 2 years, we get that. Might be something worth looking into at least. But I would, like I said, I told you this the other day, that I'd like to see us upgrade the backhoe. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with the backhoe, but the fact that it's not pilot controls.
On the skid steer, would it be more beneficial to have track?
I don't think we should get a track machine.
Probably not. You know, it feels weird to say this because anything we do, I personally would want a track machine, but for what the city does, because this is the benefit to a city with a backhoe, and I'm anti-backhoe, and that's just me, but for a city setup, it's perfect because it can travel from point A to point B really quick, whereas with the Mini, you have to trailer from point A to point B, and it's not quick. Same thing with a tire machine is not always quicker, but it's not gonna wear. It's gonna
Tires that longer.
or maybe on the track, you know, that strings.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but you'd be going through tracks every other month, or, I mean, that's what it'd be.
Well, we're just sitting in that track, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, there's some issues there, so, I'm not opposed to it. I think the guys would use a Bobcat a lot more if it was actually a decent machine, the machine now, it just needs TLC. But in the near future, no matter what we do, we're gonna have a backhoe, we're going to know how many hours on it, but, and it's still a decent machine to us. But
Backhoe or bucket tire?
we're gonna have those, I mean, it's there.
Yeah.
We've got, those are the only, those are one of the few pieces of equipment since we took office that we still have that have been salvageable. So I said, those are some of the few pieces of equipment we still have since we took office at first office. I think when we first took office, the portal hadn't changed and any alone, it was just, it was a nightmare, so. Do you guys want to proceed from here? Do you want to do a thought?
I think we should look into the lease agreement, at least to look into it. Okay. Rather than the upfront money, I mean, I'm all about actual cash, but
How about we see, can we compromise, maybe we'll see what they'll give us for our current Bobcat? Or an estimated value, maybe we have to put it up. We've had good luck putting stuff up for auction, so I feel confident we'll get some of that out. I don't think it's got a ton of hours on it, I think it's just, so if we, you know, we come out where we only spend 10, I think it'd be a number, in my opinion, so.
Based on the past gas deals auctions, I think it was, or some two, but
We made 15 of them, we've done really good well on that, so. Everything we did, but I'd say they are turning Bobcat, I don't know what to tell you that. I do know you're going to buy a Bobcat for hardly ever take care of it, so. Okay, anything else?
that's it.
Sir?
Thanks for the last minute of time there, I appreciate it. My name is Keith Boyser, CHUSER. I was going to do this at the January 9th meeting and completely forgot, so thank you for the opportunity to do it tonight. January 9th was Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, and I just feel that with all of the darkness going on revolution with law enforcement, we should take an opportunity to thank our local officers for the service and protection they give this community. So I just wanted to speak up and say that.
We truly appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Next up would be the letter from Ms. Thomas. Do you want to read it, Deanna?
Yes. Barbara sent this letter to me today at 4:30 this afternoon. Says, "Dear Mayor and all aldermen and citizens, it is with great regret that I am writing to inform you that my decision to resign my position as Ward 1 alderman for the city of Dixon, effective immediately. I respectfully request the Board of Aldermen accept this letter of resignation. My other commitments have been too great for me to be able to fulfill the requirements of any position on the board, and I feel it's best for me to make room for someone else with time and energy to grow to the position. It has truly been a pleasure being part of the City of Dixon Council. I am proud of all we have accomplished in the past few years, and I have no doubt the board will continue with these successes in the future. Thank you for giving me the chance to work with such a great team. To the citizens, thank you for entrusting me to serve you as your alderman in Ward 1. The past few years have been both fulfilling and challenging. Dixon is my home, and I, as well as you, look forward to our continued growth in a positive direction. Best regards, Barbara A. Thomas."
I'll need a motion to accept.
Make a motion to accept the resignation letter of Thomas.
I'll second.
Leslie Wilhelm,
Yes.
Anthony Campbell,
Yes.
Barbara Thomas, Stacy Oaken,
Yes.
Trevor Warren,
Yes.
Mary Wiles,
Yes.
I vote.
Does anybody else have anything?
Okay. Sorry, not quite entirely sure how it happened. My parents received a letter that they had to tear down their house. But they don't, they're given 30 days, and I guess they're just trying to get an extension on that because it is winter.
Is it a dilapidated house or a nuisance house?
No, really, it's not. So that's our, kind of our.
We normally don't, okay, so, yeah, sorry, we normally don't give notices to tear down. We normally give a notice to fix.
Well, yeah, so that's our confusion.
What's the address?
What's the address?
807 West 4th Street.
807 West 4th.
Mhm.
Sorry, give me 1 second to look it up real quick, okay?
It's right across the street from the cemetery dock.
And it is empty.
White with blue shutters?
The blue, it's all blue, and it's blue shingles on the side, and a tan metal roof.
It is empty, but, and we have plans to tear it down. We were gonna do that this summer.
We tried last year to get a 7-yard dumpster out there. We had one years back. The city had given it to us,
Because we had started doing it, but we had some trauma in our family, so we weren't able to do it. And we tried to get a dumpster again, but for some reason we weren't able to get one to the city.
Anytime you guys need a roll-off, I'm sure we can, is that behind the church?
No,
no.
That's where it comes up.
Yes, sir, it's where
It's directly across from the parking lot, it is simply a guy.
Is it gray?
It's blue. Very blue. It's right across from that house, it's just by the church recently.
and then we're talking about weeds and stuff, but,
Yes.
right, and that, most of
Do you have a
that,
letter with you?
no, we do not. Most of that yard doesn't even belong to us. It actually belongs to the,
Body shop.
body shop next door. Because they were talking about,
So you're next to Burrell's, is that what you're?
right,
Okay.
yes. And most of that yard belongs to him, it doesn't even belong to us.
Gotcha. That may be some of the confusion too, so. Do you have a street?
Yeah.
And my sons, they also use words like, we had junk vehicles parked all over, and actually we have a SUV that belonged to my son, which has not one speck of rust on it, and my husband's older vehicle, which had no rust. Everything was licensed except for my son's SUV, which my husband had just parked in that yard.
You
Because
guys,
we had just started it.
okay, you guys don't currently live there though, correct?
No,
Okay.
no, we live next door to it.
Nobody is living in the house.
No,
I'll investigate it tomorrow. I'm almost wondering if some of it came from the neighbor and maybe there was a,
we are that neighbor.
No, it's
No, on the other
side.
side.
yes.
Burl's there, and they told us Burl had.
Her husband, I think.
I so want to apologize to you.
No, he came in, I did talk to him, and
Yes,
he
you
does have plans on licensing the vehicle. I think the vehicle, I'm starting to remember now what Charlie was talking about, they had a licensed vehicle, and of course, they had unfortunately where his son passed away, and he didn't have any time, it was his vehicle. He said that he did have plans on tearing the house down, and just, he drives a truck over the road, and he's got to find time to get it done.
How much time do you guys need?
We planned on doing it this summer.
You're sure, I mean, there's no trash or anything out in front?
No, the house, we just don't want or need the house. It's just not something that we were just going to tear it down.
How about I look at it tomorrow, I'll get with the nuisance officer, and then I'll get back with you guys, is that all right? Will that be
Yes,
sufficient
that's
for you?
fine.
And any help that we can get in getting a roll-off would be.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure you can, if you call down to City Hall, we'll help you. And just so you guys know, we have a roll-off we always keep, and this is for everybody's information. Since I think we've been in office, or most of us have, at least the time I've been in charge, we've always had a roll-off down at the old city shed. Now, I know it doesn't do you guys necessarily justice, so if you guys have anything to haul off or anybody has any trash, we keep that down at the old city shed just to help everybody with cleaning their yards up and anything they have. So that's free of charge. So, but we can't get you a roll-off if you guys need help with it over there. Obviously, there'd be a charge on that, but we can help you with that, okay? So, I'll reach out to you guys tomorrow mid-afternoon. I'll get with the nuisance officer and have maybe a solution for you guys, okay? Will that be sufficient?
Yes.
Okay, thank you guys, sorry about that.
Thank you.
Anybody else? I'll need a motion to go into closed.
Make motion to go into closed session.
I'll second.
Anthony?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Wesley Wilson?
Yes.
Barb Thomas, Stacy Oakham?
Yes.
Trevor Warren?
Yes.
Mary Martin?